What's up, fellow lords of gaming, and welcome back to another episode of Marvel Future Revolution. So today we jump into a quick release on a new developer's note and some other content as well. So let's jump right on into this because it should be interesting. First off, let's get dirty out the way. We know that they cannot and never will give us an update of some kind without updating that Marvel Mall. So let's get the bad out the way really quickly. April premium bundle update notice is there. So you're going to basically be able to purchase this. Is probably going to look like something like $50 of worth of stuff to get, this stuff right there. So if you're interested in inside the premium bundle, 5,400 crystals, a special costume box, a costume draw ticket, Stark support box, have at it. Just not for me. Yeah, so that's what we have there. Then we've got a poll, but we're going to jump into the poll after we talk about this dev note, because the dev note is probably the, I don't know why they released a poll at the same time that they released a dev note, but let's take a look at it. So they've got one thing in here. Basically, they've got some new contents that they plan on coming out with this, the Alliance features enhancement, the Epic Invasion Return of Mad Titan, and some improvements. So the first one here, basically they've got the updates or the details about Alliance Raid Beta, which is basically going to be an increasing difficulty level of villains. I've already told you guys this, they're not breaking new ground on any fucking thing. If you want to see what this is like, go jump into DC, I think it's called DC Heroes. I used to play the game a while back, but I don't really play it that much anymore. But I believe it's called DC Heroes. There's a DC Universe mobile game, and they do the same thing where the Alliance, everyone in the Alliance jumps in, and you basically all whittle down the main boss. As you complete more and more of the boss battles, then you are going to get more rewards from the more difficult supervillains inside there. That's essentially what it is. Now they're talking about having a rotation of a certain amount of heroes to start out with, where it's just going to be 3 randomly selected villains, and then out of 6 total villains, but they plan on adding in more. So this is just an Alliance kind of event. Now the sucky part about this is that basically if you're locked out of the top alliances, yeah, especially if the alliances are going to be, it's going to be Alliance versus Alliance, right? So then we get the return of Epic Invasion Mad Titan. The most important thing here is that they're literally talking about the special badges are going to be different than the ones from Epic Invasion Magneto. More than likely, we're going to be looking at a rotating table of these Epic Invasions. I still don't think they quite understand that people, the peaked interest is because you added something new, but when people got to see the battle badges, I don't know that this is going to greatly appreciate for players, especially with these the way they're talking about the Mad Titan badges, where they're going to be a negative effect for as much as there's a positive effect, but you're going to be looking for specific bonuses to offset those negative bonuses. But of course, in Marvel Future Revolution status, consistency, those bonus stats are going to be random. The level of RNG in this game, I don't think they understand that people do not want to invest this amount of time into a game where RNG is so keen to the rewards. I mean, look at Lost Ark. The people are complaining about the RNG nature of the honing system in that game and how much time it takes for you to get to, your next level. So why do they, yeah. Okay, and people talk about this like, oh, it's a mobile game. I don't like PC games because I got to spend too much time. Shut up. The sparring court. So they're going to be adding a friendly PvP battle mode inside there, basically. Then they're going to be added. This is just going to help for testing out for certain skills, basically. Then they're going to have the transmutator updated as well. So transmutation for magic is coming. I want to be clear about this transmutation for magic. The devs were very dishonest. I want to put this out there in front. The devs were very dishonest about the reasons why magic was not a transmutable character. They knew they didn't want to transmute her, but they tried to tell us in the beginning, if you go back to December, and you remember that there was like, oh, there's some problems with transmutation, we don't have it yet. And then they came out, months, not even 6 months later, and was like, yeah, well, you're not going to be able to transmute magic until the next hero releases. So, and now they're saying that magic is going to be, transmutation for her is going to be enabled. So I don't know if that's going to coincide with another dev note, like they said, that's going to announce the next updatable character or not. But the dishonesty there is the point that you should be taking away from transmutation for magic being there. That's what you should be taking away. This says nothing. The consecutive transmutation function. In a lot of words, basically all they said here is that they're going to add a repeat function for them. Not what the players want, where it's, hey, you're going to add transmutation inside here for magic. That means now I got to rotate through 8 characters. And when you add the new hero, you're just adding in the amount of transmutation I have to do. The point is that we want it to be simpler. We want it to be able to just select the hero that we want. We don't want to run through random RNG to basically use the items that we've already acquired to kind of transform over to another character. That's exactly what we want. They're also talking about adding in field XP acquisition. Training grounds will remain the main way for XP will be gained, but at this time they're going to basically make field XP a thing, but it's obviously going to tailor off the higher your level gap becomes from the villains. Well, I mean, if you think about it, yeah, go play the game and play the story and you figure that one out. Whatever, guys. The most wanted chat notice, who really cares? Crafting special battle badges. Basically, they really talk about nothing here. It's the crafting special battle badges. They're talking about basically your ability to just craft unlockable badges that you currently have. It's weird. And then they're talking about redoing some of the earlier zones for New Stark City, and basically teaching people different stuff, the level design and stuff like that they want to change and everything like that. Guys, you're 6 months in, you didn't make groundbreaking content. This isn't Belenos inside what you call it. This isn't Lost Ark inside. Like, these content zones are so tiny that the level design doesn't really make a fucking difference. Let's be honest about it. These maps are so small by comparative sake to even games like Genshin or Black Desert Mobile that you redesigning the level and spending time there is pretty much worthless. But that's just the truth. The most exciting thing inside this patch note is legitimately the Alliance raid. Other than that, it's pretty much a dead dev note. That's just the truth of the matter. Lastly, they did talk about having the 4th update poll event. So it's like, hey, which item are you most excited for? I think we all know, like, look how stupid this stuff is. Alliance Raid Beta, Sparring Core, Relay Transmute features, Transmort support match. Nobody cares about some of these things at the point. So you already know the ants, they ask these questions in such a prescribed way that you already know what it is. I mean, like, you know what most people are going to answer for. Like, I don't think that this is going to help the dwindling numbers and the dwindling numbers in terms of player count or the dwindling numbers in terms of player base. Like, this, you guys have to really do something better, because right now the main issues, and we keep saying this as a community, is your Marvel Mall sucks, the prices are outlandish, your RNG system sucks, you still have done nothing to address the core system, and you legitimately need to infuse more heroes and better heroes that people actually want to play with, because we're tired of seeing the monetization of heroes that people want to play inside companions. That's essentially it. Like I told you guys in the beginning, I support the boycott MFR movement. However, I just don't believe this is going to go anywhere. If you remember, I said when Indie Sun did his video about CM Carroll coming on there and, you know, saying, oh, something's in the work, blah, blah. I literally said that was pandering. And I'm gonna keep pointing out to you guys, if you follow this team since the beginning, you can see how much pandering and bullshit's there. Like I pointed out to you with the transmutation for Magic, BS, because they legitimately told us they were having issues with it, and that was the reason why we couldn't get it. Then they push out there that it wasn't coming until the next hero update comes, because they're trying to monetize that effort with that hero being there, especially now that they're trying to go towards this more squad focused approach, because that's just another monetization wheel for them to do. They realize there's not going to be enough money and you just developing one hero, so they need you to develop across your entire roster. But the problem it's too expensive in this game to develop across the roster. It's way too much money. It's way too much time. Nobody's going to want to feel invested in that. And that's what we're looking at here. So now them telling us this, it feels like a rinse. I hope that the Alliance raid, I'm looking forward to the Mad Titan invasion because I actually enjoyed the Mad Titan invasion. Thanos is one of my favorite characters outside of Darkseid and Thor. So I'm looking forward to that. We'll see what the next dev note. Hopefully it's Thor. Hopefully it's a character that we all actually want to play. I hate to say it, Magic was not the greatest pop. You know, it was like a wasted character in there. She should have been a side character, but whatever. It is what it is. Hopefully we're going to get a character like Thor. Hopefully we're going to get a popular character like Deadpool, Wolverine, somebody like that inside the game, because this game's definitely needed their fusion. Until next time, guys, peace.